Right guys, hello and welcome back. Well, today I've harvested a couple of onions and garlic, and when I've cut open into them, they've had allium leaf miner. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to check a couple of my more garlic and some of the shallots, see if they've got them, and I'm just going to clear them full beds. I know it's not the best, happiest video, but I'm going to turn to positive. I am extending the beds ready for what I'm planting out, my Swede and stuff like that. So I'm going to check a few. I'll show you, it is going to be my garlic, my shallots, my elephant garlic. I'm not 100% sure I did get them, but I pulled one out and I'm not sure about that one. My red onion did have one in. I did pull a quite large one out the other day, and that did have one, but I don't know if it was damaged. So I'm gonna have a check of these ones, and if they are, I'm just taking all the beds out. I'm just gonna clear everything because it's desperate for a weed. They have overtaken a little bit with this rain and then sun, and yeah, it's a bit overwhelmed for it. So I'm gonna start with the garlic, see what that's like, and I'm gonna cut one open and have a look. Right, so I'm going to start with this one. This one was the King's Land, and I actually haven't pulled any of these ones up yet. So I'm going to pull this one because the other ones are earlies. But I'm going to pull this one because there's no point keeping it in if it's already getting affected. I think I can see the start of rust on it, or that actually might be the leaf miner inside already. So, and have a look. God, it's well in there. Is it bloody glass? It didn't matter how much I dug this bed over. I try and see if I can see anything on them, but I'm not seeing. It's obviously too early to be actually harvesting this one, but it's not got any of the little larvae in. I'll show a picture of the one I found. So that one might be all right. These ones, the King's one, I'm going to check the new ones. So there weren't many left of that. Can you see? Well, you can see here, that's them trying to get in, I think. As they've all flowered, and even from just looking here, you can see, like, yeah, you can see where they've burrowed in. I'm going to empty them all out, and I'll show you what I mean when I've finished. That bed cleared, and this what I've left in is my purple sprouting broccoli for next year. I think it's about March. I think that is ready to harvest. But I'll show you what I mean with the, if you've never had leaf miner before. I haven't, obviously it's literally my first year growing all this. Let's try and find something that, some of it doesn't look like it's got it, but I'm trying to find a good example for you that you'll be able to see on camera. So that there. So that's pretty much where the fly has laid the egg, and there'll be a little brown bug larvae inside there. They're still edible. Like, this is the thing, they can still be ate. They just don't store because obviously something's in it burrowing, or it could give it an infection and things like that. That's not bad. So it can make the plant obviously rot. but we're not really. We're a bit off put by something being eating the plants. So I might go through everything, see what is infected, and I'm going to take them back and actually burn them in the house. Because I'm not putting them in the compost just for the eggs to be in the compost. So then when I put on another bed, it puts them straight back in the thing. I'm going to separate these out. But I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to expand this bed because the broccoli's too close together. So I'm going to expand it a bit, plant them out a bit further apart, and I'm going to net them because obviously the pigeons will start going at them, won't they? And that's the last thing I want. So yeah, there, just to show you, like, I'll zoom in. That there, that was in the centre of the plant. So it may look fine on the outside. That one, literally, I picked one that looked fine. But then you've got that little guy there in the centre that's just going to go and eat away. And there you can see another one there. That two there. And they're just, you see it? Chewing through the side. So I think this is all, it's all going to have to go. Let's have a check at these horrible things. Right, I know we were saying the other day on one of the videos it could have been watering, or could have been the leaf miner warping it. So I'm going to pull one out, see, because this bed probably get cleared as well if I find one in. Let's pick that monstrosity out. Yep, literally near the outside. God's sake. Manage to get to the middles and sometimes they don't, but you can see, like, try not to swear. Try not to swear and be positive. I don't want to be one that nets all these crops, but don't have to. If I'm spending money on the seeds or the sets, time doing it makes us want to put that garlic up as well, because that garlic just I don't know, it's dying back, but the garlic hasn't split yet, not the later one anyways. But I did find one of the leaf miner on my garlic in the house. I haven't found it on some of them, but I have found it on one. I might just leave that like it is. I'll leave it in. I think this bed will have to get pulled, and I'm going to go check my red onion as well. It's deflating. Right, let's check the red onion. That one, it's the biggest one. Do you reckon already? Yeah. Does it look? They look lovely, and like they're coming along. And I did harvest some earlier before the leaf miner turned up. Yeah, this bed's gonna have to get pulled out. That is all my onions, my red onion, my white onion, shallots, and the garlic is still 50-50. Yeah, let's pull all that out. Just thought I'd show you how much I'm pulling up. It's just every crop. Look at the pile. And that's the red and white. So I've cleared that one. You can see I need to de-weed that desperately, but I was saying to Crystal, like, imagine this is what farmers go through when it's, imagine if this was like a full field, someone's like livelihood. yeah, it's all the red. I've looked at quite a few of them, and you can just see that there's the odd. You keep finding them dotted about in them, so they've all got them on it. They were getting some size as well, some nice looking ones, but yeah. Just looking at them, apparently they've only been here since 2002 or something. So somehow they've come over here and started eating everything. I'm leaving the elephant garlic for a bit. I'll see. Hopefully it's a bit tougher. But all this is going to have to go back to the house to burn, because you can't burn it here because they stop you after a certain time. I want to pile up back there. It's a big pile of onion. So the original plan had to be extend the garlic bed, but with that garlic still being all right, I'm going to end up expanding what was the shallot bed, but now is the purple sprout and broccoli bed. And I'm going to net it for these bloody pigeons. So I'm going to rake back the wood chip. I have got the line worked out, me and Crystal worked out where I want it is. So we're going to do that. I've got some cardboard, which I am going to just do again the no dig, because I dig first to see if there's any rubbish in the way or anything like that. I'm hoping not this time. But in this plot, you know what it's like. There's that much rubbish. It's unbelievable. Let's get on with that. Oh, that's good. This is really doing it. It's metal, and I don't know what it is. So I know it's not good, but I still need to do it. It's trying to go plastic and rubber out from the quarry. But I'm going to give it a weather. It's 27 plus degrees the rest of this week. So this week 22 degrees is the coldest time. Oh my god. Another slab. It's a good thing we need these. Right, we have done the extension. It's not going all the way up here. That's just obviously cover it for weeds. But there's a load of rubbish under there. Yeah, I mean, you're looking at like double the size of the bed now. But I'm actually going to wanting to use some of my homemade compost. So I'm gonna want to use some of my homemade compost. So I'm gonna give it a dig. Oh, I haven't got my sieve. I'm gonna see what I can do with it. Looks like someone's been attacking my bin. I think the nasturtiums have been trying to grow in there, but I'm going to attempt to use it, or have a look at it anyways to see what it's like. I mean, I would have said that was good. There's a lot of worms in there when you're looking at it, but oh, I don't know what to do. I haven't got my sieve, and I feel like there's a bit of plastic in there. I don't know, guys. Let's have another dig and see if we can have a look for us. I might leave it today, but you tell us what you think. What do you reckon? Just needs a sieve? That was pretty good compost. But without the sieve, I don't want to use it. I'm thinking it's new compost anyways, maybe to refresh a bed after I've pulled stuff out. I know at the bottom of it was quite old stuff because I'd swapped things around, and one bin had like new stuff in, so I put all that on top of the new stuff, so that stuff might be slower to decompose. I think that should be fine what I've got there. But I'm going to extend I'm going to have to dig out these purple sprouting and separate them out a bit. I'm hoping that should be all right. And then I'm also going to plant some swede. I have got some growing in the house, but I'm going to direct sow as well. Hopefully that'll work. So yeah, let's move these broccoli about and get some cover on it as well. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 plants that have just obviously grown strong and they've been hiding in between the leeks. So I'm going to try attempt to get them out and move them to a new place. Why is this ground so tough? I'm hoping. And it's got a bit of root. I know I've pulled some out there, but it wasn't the best. I put cardboard on this bit, but if I dig through the cardboard and plant that through, it should be fine. Give that a bit of a space while we put this on here. See if I can get through this cardboard that I've put. Yeah, see, it's quite old cardboard, this one, so it's literally just, it's rotted through. So, and you can bury these a little bit deep if I remember rightly. Just making sure it doesn't fall. Yeah, that should be fine. Right, now I want to leave the big one because obviously that's the strongest. There's a very small one here, which I want to get away from it. I don't think it's the same plant. You kind of have them all connected to the same thing. Because regardless, I wanted that one away to give this full room to grow. I'm just trying to get this one out without damaging it too much. I'm hoping I'm not ruining it. But they did need to be moved anyways. To give this one a bit more. I might need to. Do you stake these in? Let us know. Do you stake your purple sprouting in? What am I getting? Bloody aphids. I'm looking at space. And, actually, I'll put you there. A lot of compost in that middle bit there. I always do it. I always do it when I do these bears and I put way too much compost right in the middle. There, right. That one. Right, let's see if that works. Now, moving them about down here. And then I kind of does leave us with along the side to do other things. Not sure what. If anyone can think of what I can do down there that won't affect them, let us know. Now I need to get, I have got some bamboo sticks and netting somewhere, so I'm going to attempt to net these to keep the pigeons off and the caterpillars. Let's find that. I have a feeling we're not going to be nearly as long enough for what I need. You mother. Right. It's not going to be wide enough either. I thought I'd bought 2 of these, but I think what I've done is I bought 1 and used the other one on the cabbages, which has done a great job. It's kept them off. It's not long enough for this. So, I don't think I've got any other netting for it. They've done all right so far. They've got bits of bites. I'm assuming it's pigeons with that bit because they've got bits of holes in them. What to do? So that's very temporary, and the wind will blow it off. So I'll put a couple of the little slab things down. I put some of this down just to weigh it down a bit so it doesn't blow off. Oh, but it's definitely a temporary solution. So if we just like that, I don't think I'll hamper it too much, but by the time I order some cover, it shouldn't really have stunted the growth, you think. But look, so I don't get it. Does it just start all of a sudden? I don't know. Joys of growing things for the first year. And then, I forgot about that. I also had purple sprouting in here, which is the one that will flower this year. So I've put two different varieties in. These are my the spring onions that I put in and never germinated. Two of them have germinated. The beetroot that I put in and never germinated have now germinated. That's not a beetroot. So I've been putting things into this bed and then waiting months. God, this spring onion went in February, March. Same with the other one, which was meant to be early. This one went in March, nothing. So I'm like, oh, it's not right. That, now I had spinach in this bed last year. Is that spinach? I had spinach and perpetual spinach. It looks like spinach. Yes, it has a red base at the bottom, but it hasn't got the leaves of the beetroot. And look, there's more spring onion germinating. For God, honestly, this bed was just throw something in, see if it works, and it kind of is. But I've noticed when I put purple sprout, well, when I put cauliflower, cabbages, I'll get there, broccoli, near alliums, they seem to take off now. Are the alliums distracting everything from them? And they're getting bigger. But these ones are definitely the purple sprouting for this year. Because I put another, what else did I put out? I put, which I thought was kale. And I think it is. Like something got mixed up because I had purple kale. That ain't purple kale. But I thought it was purple kale, but I have got purple kale in the greenhouse. Broad beans are kind of flower not at the same time. My cucumbers. Oh, look at it. It's bigger than the plant. And then I've had some beans. Honestly, these beds have just had anything whacked in them. I have a bean that's germinated there and another one there. These are dwarf ones. And then obviously my beetroot over here. But yeah, I put things out thinking it was a certain thing, and then when it started growing, I'm like, yeah, that's not it. So a lot of what's in these beds are wait and see crops. I thought I was doing so well labeling stuff and knowing what it was, and it's just went, no. It's as soon as I brought them into the greenhouse and I started labeling and doing things in the greenhouse, it just went to pot. It was perfect in the house. And yeah, my sad little red onion bed is now cleared. I don't know what to put in here. I actually have Brussels sprouts that might need to go in that, but I do need to net them up as well. Yes, Brussels sprout. I'm sure it was something I was meant to sort. Sweet. I'll just make a little line. The kids done these here, and it was one of the things that grew, but would do them way too close together, so kind of knocked the crop. Just cover them over, not one much. Water down that run there, also helping the cardboard rot down, but we'll see how hot it is. Right, so ups and downs today, ruined crop, building a bed, which is, now I look at it, wonky. Uh, so guys, I hope you're enjoying. I hope next time's going to be cheerier, but I'll see you in the next one.